Hello folks, welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania. News 24 ran an article today, the 20th of June, 2025, International Refugee Day, about healthcare cuts in Mozambique, blaming it on America. Mozambique became an independent country in 1975 after the Carnation Revolution of Portugal in 1974, and has had an end to its civil war between Frelimo and Renamo since 1992, 33 years ago. In that time, the United States has given billions and billions and billions of dollars in foreign assistance, and the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank. Many people have donated to carry Mozambique's economy, and for a couple of decades, Mozambique's economy was the fastest growing on the planet, in no small measure, almost entirely because of foreign aid. But here we are, 33 years after independence, and Mozambique still is overwhelmingly dependent on foreign aid. But there was no foreign aid when it was a Portuguese colony. Of course, many services weren't there, but that's a different story. So this story is meant to pull at the heartstrings. And what I have to say about this is that my sympathy is pretty low. Not for the people involved, but for those who write these heartstring stories, blaming America for Mozambique's health crisis. These are the children the United States left to die in Mozambique. No, these are the children that Frelimo left to die in Mozambique. These are the children that the Southern African Development Community left to die in Mozambique. These are the children that the African Union left to die in Mozambique. These are the people that Mozambicans left to die, not America. And this all stems from President Trump suspending foreign aid in January, some of which has been restored. But this is a 12-page op-ed pulling at the heartstrings to make us feel guilty about children dying in Mozambique. Mozambicans should feel guilty about children dying from HIV in Mozambique. They should feel guilty that decades after interventions successfully applied in places like Botswana and other countries, that Mozambique still is irresponsible when it comes to the transmission, the identification, the treatment of HIV, and relies overwhelmingly on us suckling off our teats. The President's Emergency Program for AIDS Relief was a 5-year temporary emergency intervention introduced in 2003 by Congress and signed by President Bush at his behest, to provide $3 billion per year for 5 years for a total of $15 billion. $1 billion for care and treatment, $1 billion for prevention, and $1 billion for abstinence, for which many people had issues. And I said, take the win and move on. You got $2 billion for the things you really care about. 5 years, $15 billion. U.S. taxpayers footed over $43 billion because Congress put more money in because they love the program. It's a program Democrats and Republicans all get behind, giving our money away to help the world. And to be fair, at that time, this was a necessary intervention. Otherwise, things could have spiraled wildly out of control in Africa, which they already were. I mean, look at South Africa, 8 million HIV positive people out of a population of 63 million today, despite all these efforts. So, what about PEPFAR? The President's emergency plan, was supposed to be 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, that was 22 years ago. 22 years ago. And we're still paying for PEPFAR until recently. Why? Why are taxpayers paying for it? Why is it our moral responsibility to clean up the mess that other people make? We had nothing to do with the spread of HIV in Mozambique or South Africa or Botswana. Yet for 22 years, American taxpayers paid that bill while Congress happily signed the checks and gave our money away. For 22 years. Why? I'm sorry, this doesn't pull at the heartstrings. You want to blame people for what's going on in Mozambique? Look to the Mozambican government. Look to the African Union. Look to the Southern African Development Community. That's who's responsible. You're concerned about the death of children? Well, folks, that's on Africans, not on us. What say you, world?